Hey guys, this is Jessica with Whispers of Grace Healing. I am here to do a divine feminine, divine masculine update. And listen, Spirit is ready to talk, guys. Spirit is ready to talk. So, listen, there have been so many messages about the twins today. I have been going through a lot, and honestly, I'm just purely exhausted every day last week. Hey, Debbie, I was doing some sort of energy work or, whatever the case may be, and I just needed a break, and they are not letting me take that break today. So obviously these messages need to come through, and there's actually quite a few songs that I want to share with y'all. This morning when I went on my walk, my best friend and I are both on this twin journey, and it is a hell of a ride, guys. But we're both on different aspects of that journey too. So it's very interesting to see the dynamics. Hey, Diana, how are you? But listen, and please be patient with me with all the other readings, personal readings, because I'm just trying to get my energy right, but they would not let me even get my energy right, guys. The anxiety is so intense right now. My heart felt like it was about to pound out of my chest, and I just need to get these messages out. So when I was going on my walk today, I have been listening to country music my entire life, and I know not everyone listens to it, but these songs definitely make a lot of sense. So when I was on my walk, one of the first songs that came through was by Colin Ray, and it's Love Me, okay? Like love, comma, me. It's a letter, okay? And I will be posting the links in the comments later, but basically it's like, these two lovers who were about to run away together had a meeting place, and when he showed up, there was a letter waiting for him saying, when my chores are through, I will meet you. Don't think that I've given up on you type thing. And they end up being together later down the road, but then she crosses over before he does. And, it's just this beautiful love connection that no matter what, we will not give up on each other. And I'm already starting to get emotional. And then the next song that came on was Brooks and Dunn, Brand New Man. And I'm just telling the divine feminine right now, like, listen, there is a lot of work that needs to be done on the divine masculine side and the divine feminine. Okay, we all have a lot of work to do. So can we just admit that no one is out of the, is let off the hook here. Okay, we all need to take a clear look at ourselves and understand that there's a lot of codependency going around, there's a lot of jealousy going around, there's a lot of confusion and judgment and all that kind of stuff. So if you are falling under that, then clearly work needs to be done. And it's not me giving anyone shit, it's just that it needs to be brought to awareness. All right. Because listen, you come to me and say that you don't need any healing done, then clearly we can't have a conversation, okay? Because everyone needs to be working on something, right? So, and as I'm getting ready to do this, I asked Spirit if they had any more songs that they had for us, and George Strait, he's my man. I have had a crush on this guy since I was a child. Like, he is just a beautiful artist and has a really beautiful way of, bringing messages through. And hey, Kara. So the song that came on was I Cross My Heart. And it's like, and one of the things that came through was, even if a storm comes through, you will have my love to carry us through. Like, strong ass messages, okay, y'all. And then right after that, Kenny Chesney comes on with She's Got It All. So listen, divine feminine, if you were wondering how your divine masculine feels for you, no matter what it looks like in the 3D, their heart, their soul knows that you are the one, and there's just shit that we have to get through and come to terms that there is nothing wrong with us. There is no reason we should be beating ourselves up, and it goes vice versa, guys. Okay, divine masculine, if any divine masculines come across this video, let me tell you, you are beautiful, you are loved, you are not forgotten, and as much as our pride and ego gets hurt from you running away from us, we love you. Okay, our hearts are yours, and there is nothing that is going to deter us from loving you. There is like, as much as our pride and our ego gets hurt and we want to, like, you're this and you're that, we fucking love you. Okay, there, you have never met a love like your divine feminine. Okay, so hey Tim, hey Michelle, so let me get that straight right off the bat. All right, we all know that there is no one like our divine counterpart that can understand who we are on a deeper energetic level. There is nothing that either one of us can do that's going to ruin this connection, or, you know, that's going to keep it from just disappearing. Like, you think that this connection is just going to go somewhere because they're not giving you the attention right now, or, you know, you're not in communication, whatever the case may be. It ain't going anywhere, guys. So just get over that, right? And understand that the love between y'all is so deep, even if they are with someone else. Okay, no one can get them like you do on both sides. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. What does Spirit want us to say? Because listen, they will not, and y'all can tell I am fucking rattled right now. Okay, the angel numbers have been off the fucking charts, and I mean, it's insane, guys. It's insane. It's beautiful. It's crazy beautiful, and I love it, and it drives me nuts at the same time. But this is what we signed up for. And listen, so many of us have been doing so much work when it comes to self-acceptance and self-love, and I am so proud of you. Let me say that. Okay, same here, Kara. And it is one of those things where I need to let y'all know I am proud of the work that y'all are doing. Do not give up. Do not slow down. And understand that all of this is for a reason, because big things are about to shift. I can already feel it. Okay. So let's see where we want to start, guys. So I'm going to pull. In one of the messages, they want me to pull, like, what's going on in the 3D space and what's going on in the 5D space, like what's going on between the mind versus the heart. And I'm sorry if I speak too fast. I hope everyone can hear me okay. So let's start with the divine feminine. Where's the divine feminine at? And I got a lot of decks out. Okay. So let's see. We have, whew, Lord, I'm telling you. Okay, so on the divine feminine aspect, we have success and heaven's door. Okay, so listen, I will tell you that, you know, there's a lot going on between, like, different dimensions and different timelines. Okay, and it's causing a lot of disturbance with a lot of sensitives, a lot of light workers. Okay, and it's, you know, and I really feel a lot of us who are really to this point of, like, fully stepping into purpose, especially the divine feminine, our abilities are being super heightened at this time. So a lot of it might not make sense because we're kind of living in different dimensions. Okay, but it's because we're tapping into that higher consciousness, and we're tapping into the higher realms of knowledge and wisdom that's coming from the divine. And these things that we're doing to heighten our abilities, okay, it's just going to lead to ultimate success. And when that heaven's door opens for you, you are going to be able to just burst through with this new energy that's going to, you know, a lot of us are, I keep getting the message, like, one of the messages I received earlier was light grenade. Okay, so it's like explosion of light. All these things that have been kind of, you know, bubbling up to the surface that feel really uncomfortable, and it feels very dense, and, you know, it's all these things that are coming up to be transmuted, to be released. And it's helping us expand our energy field, expand our light, and it's really allowing us to come closer and closer to our higher consciousness and our higher self. Okay, so just understand that some of you might even be like seeing little light balls, okay, like orbs of light, flashes of light type thing when these portals are opening up for you. So if you are more of a mind's eye activation, you know, you're going to start seeing these things when your third eye is opening up, okay? And ultimately, this is going to be the best form of healing for you when it comes to believing in your success. Like, yes, this ascension, this upgrade in DNA that we're getting right now that feels very uncomfortable, all this stuff that's coming to the surface is meant to be released so that we can be at the highest frequency possible, okay? So understand that the doorways that are opening up for you, you need to believe in yourself so that you can walk through with your head held high, not have any doubts about your capabilities, and have no fear of failure. Like, there is no such thing as failure for you, divine feminine. Okay, so believe that, feel it, and just keep moving forward. Okay. So let's see what's going on the divine masculine side. Like, dude, they are like coursing through me right now. So I'm sorry if I'm talking way too fast, but it's almost like so much information is coming through. My body's having a hard time like actually processing all of it. So I might seem a little crazy right now, but it's okay. It'll pass. It'll pass. I promise. So believe in your dreams, divine masculine, okay? So they might be having a lot of dreams about you, divine feminine, okay? There's a lot of visualizations that are coming through for the divine masculine. Maybe they're visualizing what it's like having you next to them. I feel like a lot of them are having a big surge of sexual energy towards their divine feminine as well. And see, as I say that, they're pointing me to the energy card, and it's like they feel free when they are tapping into your energy. And that can also scare them because they never know what it's like to be free. Like, what does freedom feel like? And it is you. When they are connected to their divine feminine, they see a life that they never thought was possible. Okay. They see a connection that was never possible, and that can be very scary for people who are living in a very dense 3D reality and surrounding themselves with very dense personalities. Okay, so even if they are not awakened, okay, they might not be communicating that they are having these situations, but that's the thing, guys. We have to understand, even if they are not awakened, do not put any limits on them, that they are not aware of what's going on, that they do not feel anything about you. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't need that kind of limitation. You need to understand that if you are aware of it and you can move through this awakening process the way that you did, they can too, okay? Because if you are putting limits on them, you are putting limits on yourself. I mean, they are making me so hot right now, okay? Like, I'm burning up with energy. So this is one of those things where you have to get past limitations, okay? Where a lot of the messages I've been receiving too is, okay, a lot of the divine feminines have been waking up over the last between a year and 3 years. I've been seeing a lot waking up in the last 3 years, okay? If you are encountering unawakened, okay, let me put that in quotations, unawakened divine masculine, they are going through the dark night of the soul right now, and they are going to go through their process so much quicker than you did. So be patient with them, because where you had 3 years or whatever to go through your process, they're doing it in like a month or a few months. Okay. Their process is so much faster than us because we had to take that time to go through this, and we pave the road for them. Okay. We are the light that are giving them hope to go through this process. Okay. So, just understand that. And no matter what, like, the infinity symbol is above this Okay, so believe in the dreams, right? They are learning to connect to their higher self. They are starting to get the messages from the divine consciousness. Okay, they're seeing how everything is connected, and no matter how much they try to run from you, it's like a slingshot. They're coming right back. They are being reminded of you all the time. They're seeing your name. They're seeing things that remind you of them. They're going towards things that feel like home, which guess what? You are home to them. So even if they don't understand what, like the choices that they're making in their 3D existence, all of it reminds them of you. Okay, what they are looking for is you. So you need to give them the time and space they need in order to come to that conclusion themselves. Okay, so all right. Woo, guys, this shit is intense as fuck. Intense. Okay, so let's see what advice we have for the divine feminine. Guys, this shit is so real. So real. Detox your friendships. Okay, so your energy is being affected by the people you're hanging around. You need to start putting your, especially for those of you who are, very focused on your divine masculine and they're going through the dark night of the soul. If you are constantly trying to tap into their energy and see like, oh, how do they feel about me? What are they going through? And you're bringing that codependent behavior, thinking that you are responsible for their healing process, then you are draining your energy yourself. Okay, by tapping into their energy. Let me get that clear real quick. For the other half of you who are still hanging out with really dense personalities and people who are going through some major, like really intense shifts right now, you need to be protecting your energy more. Okay, make sure you're putting up your shield every morning. Make sure you're cleansing yourself off every time you get home and away from the collective energy. Okay, but this is a really important time. If you want these portals to open up for you and you want these opportunities to come to you, then you need to be more careful of who you're surrounding yourself with and making sure that you're taking care of your own fucking energy, right? You are not responsible for anyone else in this world. You are here to be that hope, that inspiration, that empowerment for others to do the same, but you are not responsible for anyone else. Let me make that very, very clear. Okay. So, your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time. So be discerning about your associations and your relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. Can I get an amen? Okay. And this is another reason why most of us are not in contact with our divine masculine. Okay. Think about it. What was it like when you were going through your dark night of the soul? Did you really feel like you were up to par to be around or be an inspiration to your friends? Hell to the nah. So if you are trying to raise your vibration and you're trying to be that light, right? That beacon for hope for your divine masculine to see that there's more to life than what they've been living, then when they're going through the dark night of the soul, you can't be involved in that because it's not your issue. They have to do the work themselves. It's just like, and I don't know why they're bringing up addiction. Okay, so some of you might be dealing with addictions, or your divine masculine might be dealing with addictions, but you cannot, again, let me be clear. Okay, you can be there for support, but you cannot carry them. You cannot enable them, because if you enable, then they will not learn how to use the tools on their own. They won't be able to carry themselves. Okay, and understand that the love between you, that's all you need. It doesn't matter what the end result is. It doesn't matter when it happens or how it happens. It just matters that you continue to be in a loving place outside of self. Okay? Hold that space outside of yourself with no judgment, with no expectations, and keep living your life. Do what brings you joy. Use your creative endeavors. Do whatever you have to do in order to stay in mission and do what you're being called to do. But it is not to sit there and wallow in your own shit and worrying about what your divine masculine is doing. Okay? So be careful of who you're surrounding yourself with. And if you have to distance yourself and set some really strong boundaries in all of this, and especially anyone who is making you question if you're deserving of this kind of love. Okay? Period. You are so fucking worthy. Both of you are. Okay? And you need to be holding that space to remind energetically. Okay? You don't need to keep reaching out. And listen, I get it. You don't need to keep reaching out because they already know. They already know how you feel, right? You have told them over and over and over again. It has not changed, right? So understand that you need to be holding that space for yourself and for them to know that you are both worthy of unconditional, beautiful, sacred love. Right? So, hey, Mary Jane. Everyone, meet Mary Jane. If y'all have not met Mary Jane from Twintuitive 717, amazing, amazing girl. And she has a great channel, so please go check her out. But guys, this card says it all. You are a beloved child of God like everyone else, and you deserve to receive the support that will allow you to focus upon your divine life purpose. Even if you can't yet recognize your lovable qualities, trust that God and the angels can see how truly amazing you are. And this is what they're talking about. You need to remove yourself from anyone who is affecting your energy levels that are making you question your worth. Okay? And again, visualize abundance in all forms. So if you feel like you cannot visualize this kind of energy supporting you moving forward, then you need to start setting healthier boundaries with the people in your life. Okay? So let's see what the divine masculine is going on. Pay yourself first. They're learning about their self-worth, guys. They're learning to put their needs and their wants first. Like what are they doing that is not out of fear, guilt, or obligation, right? The things that they've run from that make them feel like they've never felt before. They don't feel like they are worthy of your love. They don't feel like they are worthy of your beauty or your experience. And maybe they feel like you're way beyond them and they just can't catch up. So they need their time, right? But this is about putting their needs first so that they can believe in their dreams, so that they can believe in their future. This is what that means, okay? That they are being constantly supported by the divine, that they have their angels and their beautiful divine beings constantly showering love and support like we know they are, right? All of us have come to this conclusion that we are fully supported. We are aware of the signs and synchronicities. They are getting to that point where they understand what the signs and synchronicities are really telling them and what they mean. So when they hear whispers that are from the divine saying, reach out, speak your truth, feel our love, right? Believe in yourself, go after what you want, do the things that bring you joy, not the things that you think are right, but that you know are right, okay? This is how they're going to remove those obstacles out of their life. And they have to be the ones that have enough courage to push through that threshold of fear so that they can understand exactly what it takes to stand on their own 2 feet and really get to that core of their truth. Okay? So is there anything else the divine masculine needs to learn right now? Cooperation instead of competition. Okay, listen, I've said this one too many times. You are not in competition with anyone when it comes to the right person. There is no one divine masculine that adds up to you. I'm telling you right now, I don't care. I've gotten so much shit about this before. They're like, so many people have asked me, well, you can't just wait around. No, I'm not waiting around. But I can tell you right now that more than likely will never have that connection. Like, no one's going to make me feel the way my divine masculine makes me feel. I can tell you that right now. Out of all the people I have ever loved, all the people that I have ever come into contact with, no one compares. Okay. So they're also learning to work more cooperatively within their relationships, where they can speak their truth, where they can be honest about. And another thing, they're starting to appreciate vulnerability. Well, think about that. How many men are good with vulnerability? How many of us women, divine feminine, divine masculine, it doesn't matter. How many of us are actually good with vulnerability? Like, actually ask yourself that, because I know vulnerability was one of my biggest lessons. You know what I'm saying? So it's time to release the jealousy. Okay, they're working on jealousy. Maybe they think that you're with someone, you know, maybe they're dealing with karmic partners that you know, they're worried about what their karmic's doing, whatever the case may be. So that's good. That's awesome, Petter. I'm really glad to hear that, because a lot of us aren't. And a lot of us, you know, want to be vulnerable, but are scared to. And the fact that you have already learned to do that, or can naturally do that. Oh, Tim, don't say that. Challenge it. Challenge it, Tim. You are not fucked up. Okay. I used to say the same thing about myself. Like, I'm such a mess, but you know what? I just didn't have the proper tools or the belief system in order to really recognize my worth. So I had to start challenging that in order to, oh, good, good. But I had to start learning to challenge that. So how can you challenge that, Tim? Okay, how can you challenge that to understand that, yes, we might not have always made the best decisions, or, you know, we might not always have the best viewpoints, but how can we turn it around to make it where we are on a better track in alignment to our truth, right? So, you know, it could even be like, I might not know the deepest parts of myself, but I'm willing to learn. You know, I've chosen fear, but I choose to align with love in this moment, right? Put your hand on your heart and say, I forgive you for saying these nasty things about yourself, right? So it's one of those things. And, you know, and you shouldn't. And again, like, if your divine counterpart is in a third party relationships, and it depends on your intuition, guys. Mary Jane has actually told me, like, to release the whole 3D, like, if someone's in a relationship, blah, 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 you know, to not get involved. But again, if you feel compelled to reach out, I did, you know, and I spoke my truth. I spoke my truth. And yeah, it didn't go the way that I was hoping it would, but it was worth it, because you know what? I spoke my truth. For once, I actually said what I was actually feeling, and didn't really have any regrets about it either, because for the first time, I was actually standing up for myself. So understand that, you know, it's regardless of the situation, it is what it is. And again, there is no one that can do what you can for them, or give them the hope. And that's why they're, you know, so Mary Jane says, that's right. We can't deny our truth, but we must be respectful of them. Exactly. The best part is to release the truth of what we feel, so much freedom and acceptance in that. And that is exactly the truth. So yeah, and it just is what it is. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't feel these things for you because you're in a relationship. I knew, but I was still willing to be your friend. Doesn't mean that I'm going to come over and, you know, do some nasty things to you. It just means that I know I'm meant to be a part of your life, however that may be. And when you are ready, I will always be here for you. Just is. That love isn't going anywhere, regardless of how you treat me, because that is a reflection of you, not me. right? If you are too scared of this connection, that's on you, but I'm not scared anymore. So understand that there could be third-party relationships, and that's okay too, because they're contracts that need to be played out. If they haven't learned their lesson or haven't been able to speak their truth or set their boundaries, or, really listen to what their intuition is saying when it comes to if they feel truly fulfilled in a relationship, so they go to something that's more comfortable and familiar, then they are not ready for that divine union and y'all being able to move together. Right? It's about that equal give and take in your energy field, so that you can rely on yourselves on an individual basis, but also be able to step into mission and purpose like beside each other. Okay. So what up, brother Danny? So yeah, guys, focus on your priority. Okay, this is hermit mode, going within, trusting your intuition, letting your inner light be that guidance system. We need to start trusting our internal GPS system and really understand that it is our own understanding of what is going on. Like, I can sit here and say, oh, you're this and this and this, but this is for the current wave of twins that are probably on my wavelength. Okay, but not everyone is going to have the same experience, and that's just what it is. So trust your own understanding of your personal situation, and again, like, just try to release jealousy, try to release resentment, and try to forgive, especially if they have done some really messed up shit to you. Like, again, it is a reflection of them, not you. So quit putting those on both sides. Okay, listen, I don't feel like any of us are really are actually not guilty of something when it comes to our reactions, right? Because a lot of us have some very serious things when it comes to self-limiting beliefs and, certain conditioning patterns and all that fun stuff that we have to work through. But if it weren't for our twin, it would not be brought up the way that it's being brought up. And it's coming in like flood waters because it needs to be released. It needs to be transmuted. Okay. So, all right. So I'm going to pull an angel card. Who is protecting the divine feminine at this time? Angel of white light. And this is what I was talking about, guys. Being that beacon of hope. Okay. Angel of enlightenment wanted to come out too, and angel of families is on the bottom. So a lot of these things could deal with the way that you grew up viewing relationships in your life. So really take a good look at what you experienced as a child within your relationships growing up. How are your parents? How was your parents growing up? What was your relationship with your parents? What were your aunts and your uncles like? What was your relationship with your cousins? Those kind of things. What we grew up with is usually tends to set a good foundation for what we believe is how relationships should be. Okay. So take a good look at that and understand that sometimes it's not always that healthy. You know what I'm saying? So it's time for us to break these molds of what we honestly feel that relationship should be like, and try to live with as much love and hope and, gratitude as possible, right? It's to create a solid foundation for the future to come. That's what they're saying. Okay. So, hey, Dewan. But yeah, guys, this is a new beginning, and the Ascended Masters are here to help support you. Again, the heavens door is opening up. You are moving into a new phase of enlightenment. You are moving to a new way of understanding and freeing yourself. Freedom has been a big theme today. But this is about trusting your own inner light and allowing yourself to find peace and harmony in your everyday situation, finding that childlike innocence and just allowing yourself to be free. Okay, so let's see what these have to say. So we're going to start with the angel of light first. So let's see. You are guided and protected by the light. Rejoice in this insight. You have drawn this card because your angel of white light, who is your protector, wants you to know that she is by your side. This is a gentle reminder that you need to call upon this spiritual being to activate the white light from above to guide and protect you. You are a spiritual being living an earthly experience, and as a result, it is easy to forget the importance of drawing on the light to illuminate and guide you along your path. On a daily basis, you can be caught up with your earthly life and stresses. It is easy to forget how important it is to expand the light around yourself. And this is exactly what I was talking about earlier. Y'all need to be putting up more protection around you because your energy is being affected by who you're surrounding yourself with. So it's very important that you start calling upon this divine white light as soon as you wake up, as soon as you're becoming conscious of your 3D existence. That's when you need to start praying and bringing in that light. Okay. It is easy to forget, By doing this, your connection to the spirit realm is enhanced and strengthened. If there are times when you feel that you are alone and unprotected, your angel of white light will be there to assist you with reconnecting to your higher self and to those in the spiritual realm. If you ever feel unsafe, in danger, lost, or alone, remember that your angel of white light is only a thought away, providing a protective shield of illumination that surrounds you and protects you from any negativity, danger, stress, or unpleasantness that you may encounter. And the affirmation says, I am completely protected and at peace. I acknowledge my angel of white light surrounding me and guiding me from above throughout my journey. Okay. And then 33. So let's see. Go. Angel of Enlightenment. Okay. Your journey of enlightenment has begun. Be surprised by the hidden spiritual gifts you have within you. And this is, again, a lot of us are coming to a deeper understanding of what our gifts really mean to us and how to properly use them. And so, like I said, we are having an upgrade in DNA. We have portals that are opening for us to experience and to share our gifts more and more, because the more that we find our truth and live in that truth and embrace that truth, the more that we will be able to really start to dig into what we're meant to be using these gifts for, right? So you have received this card because your angel of enlightenment wants to let you know she is here to assist. Your angel of enlightenment has watched you grow and blossom like an unfolding flower. Your spiritual journey has begun, and it is time to realize that you will not be alone during the time of growth and learning. You were born a spiritual being with wondrous gifts that you were only just beginning to discover. So a lot of you haven't even scratched the surface with your abilities, okay? And listen, I know that I know quite a bit about my abilities, but they go so much deeper than I'm even aware of. And the more that I dig for those, the more that I'm realizing it goes way beyond what my limited mind could comprehend. You know what I'm saying? So which I'm working on that. So let's see. Your angel of enlightenment is gently guiding you in the right direction to enhance and help you uncover these latent spiritual gifts. Surrender any fears you may have about igniting these hidden gifts you possess. Your angel of enlightenment will only give you the challenges and lessons that you are capable of handling at this point in your journey. Remember, you are not alone, and you can call upon her at any time. Your angel of enlightenment is always by your side. If in doubt, you just have to ask for her assistance, and she will take care of the rest. The journey towards enlightenment can come to you in subtle ways, such as through symbology, repetitive dreams. Did y'all hear that? Repetitive dreams. So again, that mirroring, right? The mirroring, he's dreaming of you, you're dreaming of them, like all these repetitive dreams that are coming up, they're really teaching you, they're giving you an inside scoop of what's really going on and what needs to be healed, okay? So pay attention, guys. Um, repetitive number sequences, which we've all been experiencing that, a chance meeting with a spiritual stranger, or through feelings of deja vu, which has been another big thing that's been coming up. Be extra vigilant during this time because you may not know what lessons and teachings are being sent your way. Keep a spiritual journey so you can a journal so you can record any images, symbols, or visions you receive. In time, you will realize that you are well on your way towards enlightenment. And the affirmation says, I am open to receiving spiritual guidance from my angel of enlightenment. I understand that she will be with me every step of the way to guide and teach me how to use my spiritual gifts. I am excited about my spiritual enlightenment. So don't be afraid of the things that are coming your way, okay? Because it's all for the betterment of your journey, of your experience. So what is the divine masculine? Who is protecting the divine masculine at this time? Wow. Okay. Who is protecting the divine masculine at this time? Angel of clear cognizance. Okay, so another 3. All right, so they got a lot of 3s following them. So 12, let's see. Okay. You are being inspired from above. You have received this card because your angel of claircognizance wants to assist you in reconnecting and understanding your gift of claircognizance, to help you trust and accept the divine guidance that is shared with you from above. Your angel of claircognizance is here to teach you how to work with the information that the spirit realm shares with you in the form of an epiphany or a light bulb moment, which I was talking about before. They have to come to this realization on their own and trust their abilities. This information can be given to you via your higher self or from your angels. Sometimes the information you receive can be so profound that you can't believe that it was you who received it. If ever you feel that you do not understand what the information means, again, they're having to get through this, what does it all mean? Because they're gaining all these signs and synchronicities around you that remind you of them, that are bringing them closer and closer to the realization that you are that one, that they can't find anyone else that makes you feel the way that you do. And they have to trust this information that's coming through, okay? If you ever feel that you don't understand what the information means, your angel of claircognizance is always by your side to help you make sense of the message. Once you learn how to connect with your higher self through using your claircognizance, you will wonder how you ever coped before you discovered your gift. Your life will become so much simpler, and you will find that everything just falls into place. Whereas in the past, things could be a bit of a struggle and nothing seemed to go right for you. When you are truly functioning within your own spiritual vortex, you will receive direct guidance via your claircognizance for projects, inspirations, and ideas that you never thought were possible. And the affirmation says, I allow and accept the guidance of my angel of claircognizance into my life. I trust and acknowledge that the information my angel of claircognizance shares with me is for the highest good of myself and those around me. So again, learning to trust their own understanding of what's going on, guys. Okay. So let's get a sacred rebel on this. Okay. Yeah, listen, for the divine feminine, for those of you who are being compelled to write, there's a lot that is being transmuted through writing, okay? The word wants to be written. So whether you are compelled to, again, write down your own experiences, to keep track of the signs and synchronicities you're getting, the downloads that you're getting, the channelings that you're having, all of this is helping you through the transformation. So you need to be keeping a journal close to you so that you can be writing all of this stuff down. And listen, I got notebooks upon notebooks. And all I can say is I know the day that all of this will start to make sense. I can't wait for him to read all of it. I can't wait to compare the notes and the experiences that we have shared in separation so that we can understand we were never apart, ever. You know what I'm saying? As much as the separation sucks, we're never apart from each other. And I hope he understands that. And one day he will, even if he doesn't now. Right? So understand that this is one of those things where, you know, this divine wisdom, this like ancestral wisdom about your uniqueness, about your beauty, your truth, your abilities, all of this. You don't need to like see things. And this is where we get caught up in the 3D existence, because what we're seeing with our physical eyes does not match up with what we're experiencing in the 5D, right? So we're like, how can we be experiencing all of this and the signs and synchronicities, but it's not matching up to what we're physically seeing in the 3D? It's because it doesn't matter what it looks like in the 3D. It's what matters in our heart and what we are actually receiving from divine wisdom, okay? Because there are things that you are not seeing clearly that are happening behind closed doors. I am a firm believer you never know what's going on in someone's life, even if you live with them on a day-to-day basis. I can tell you right now, when I was in my marriage, I had no idea what was going on with my husband because he never talked to me. He never told me what he was struggling with. So you never know what someone is truly struggling with. And does your divine partner know everything you've been struggling with? Have you been completely honest with what's been going on in your heart and your mind and, you know, all these experiences through your separation? No. So don't be casting judgment when you have no idea what someone is struggling with, okay? Because this is about your journey, expressing and honoring your uniqueness, your beauty, and being able to shine that light so damn bright because you know that this connection and the things that you're learning about yourself is nothing but divine. Okay? Mic drop. So let's see what is going on with the Sacred Rebels on the Divine Masculine side. What is going on? And I'm already starting to feel better, guys. Like, it's craziness. Craziness. Well, they got a lot from the Sacred Rebels. Okay, bring it into form. Be the hunter, not the hunted. Oh, shit. Inner trust in what is already with you. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is they're working really hard on, okay, we got the claircognizance for them, right? About trusting their knowingness, right? Their divine feminine energy, where they can trust their intuition and the messages that they're receiving and how to bring that into form and make the necessary changes in order to, girl, I'm telling you, that 1016 is something serious. But this is about you making the divine masculine, making their energetic footprint and putting into form what needs to happen so that they are no longer being the runner, but they are being the pursuer, not the chaser, but the pursuer. Okay. Using that wisdom that they are receiving from the divine about the necessary steps that they have to take in order to leave that energetic footprint, right? So that they can trust the wisdom that they're receiving, the flower of life. Everything is connected, and everything is connected from the heart center that expands out. So they have to be able to use their energy wisely and trust that what their heart is telling them when they follow that everything will expand outward from there. Right? Not like living in fear mode and what they think is the right decision or whatever the case may be. This is about understanding that those seeds of life, that seeds of hope, start within the heart. And when they start to trust that information, they can start making the necessary decisions and the necessary movement that they need in order to come to you. Okay? This is not about convincing the divine masculine that you are worthy or that they need to be in your life. They already know that. But they have to start trusting themselves, because they're hiding their truest form. Most of them don't even know who they really are right now. And that's why this, dark night of the soul is coming. It's like a hurricane on them right now. I can see it. There's twisters and everything. Shit is being blown all around, and they do not know what is right, what is wrong, what's truth, what's not. And they are being cloaked by the divine in order to come to their purest form, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so they're getting back to their deepest sense of self and learning to trust that what is like bubbling up underneath the surface is of pure intention, that it's not them just making this up, and that this connection was just a fleeting moment or whatever the case may be. This is about truly understanding the deeper aspects of self and what that means in this connection. So when they can trust that their soul's yearning for you, and this connection and this healing that is taking place is ultimately for their highest good, they will come to a pure form of being and expressing themselves, okay? Because what is already with you, it's already in their hands. And they know that. They know that this move, this decision is in their hands. The divine feminine has already done what she can do for the divine masculine. So now it's up to the divine masculine to release himself from the trappings of their own soul, the bars that they have put on their windows, to, the bars on the eyes of their soul is what they're saying. So imagine staying, like, it's almost like a safety blanket for them. They are keeping themselves entrapped, and they're learning to break free of this. But this is the kind of life that they've been living, where it is they put these walls up in order to keep themselves protected, so that if no one really sees the vulnerable and the hurt side of them, then no one can really see how damaged they are. Therefore, no one can really hurt them anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it's a protective thing where they're trying to protect that. It's an inner child. They're trying to protect their inner child. Okay. So understand that this transformation is going to start in small steps, but it is going to ultimately unleash their truth. I hope that makes sense. And we do have another, against the grain. They have to be willing to break away from what society tells them is right. How many of us have gone to this way of, like, you have to live a life a certain way, and going after your hopes and your dreams is just like a pipe dream, and it never works out for you, and all this stuff. It's like, no matter how ridiculous it seems to the outside world and people who are living in such a dense 3D reality that they have no idea what we're going through, because we're living our truth and we're living with hope and this excitement for life, right? It's about moving against that grain and going away from the masses, right? Not following the crowd, but blazing our own path. And that's what the divine masculine is learning to do, as well as the divine feminine. I feel like this is for both. And it's about being vulnerable, being our naked truth, and allowing this to set ourselves free. That's what's happening. Okay. Well, she got a nice little tushy, Kara. What can I say? I ain't against it. Listen, even though I am totally into men and I love men, women's bodies are beautiful. I'm just saying, like, I don't think that, no matter what our preference is, we should all be honored and worshiped. And, you know, and this is another thing, like, just because a lot of us are probably not our twins typical type, you know what I'm saying? Whatever that may be, it doesn't matter, because we are all beautiful in our own way, and we shouldn't be comparing ourselves. So just because, you know, your body or whatever might not be a certain way, you know what I'm saying, doesn't mean that you're any less lovable. Okay. So I'm going to pull some cards from the Archangel Power, and then we are going to pull from the Lover's Oracle to get messages from the Heart Center and from the mind. Okay, yeah. The Divine Feminine is really getting to that point where they are removing themselves from the drama of others, especially that internal conflict, okay? They are moving away from this, and that is ultimately what's going to help you come to that understanding that the walls that your divine masculine is putting up has nothing to do with you. Okay, these walls were up way before you came in the picture. Okay, and they want you to remember that. Don't quit loving and thinking that this offer can't come in because they are too blocked from you. That has nothing to do with you. Okay, quit being so damn resistant, thinking that this is never going to happen. But again, release the attachment, whether it does or doesn't, you know. And that's the thing when it comes to manifesting, keep it open-ended. Like, yes, we can be in each other's lives, however that may look, and we can have a a healthy partnership and be there for each other without it being dependent on each other or being toxic. And when it is time for that to happen, and when the universe is ready to bring us into physical union, it will happen. But regardless, you need to be living your own life, right? So give yourself that love. Do the things that make your heart flutter, give you joy, and really work on, and just quit being so damn defensive if the message comes in, right? Like, yes, you should be clear on what your boundaries are and what how are you wanting to show up? That's really what it is. It's like, if you choose to show up in a certain way, then you don't have to worry about how they're going to show up, because you already know where you stand, right? But if you are in this mode of, well, if they come back, would you want to come in if someone was that damn defensive? You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things. Remove yourself from the conflict of yourself and the conflict of them being defensive, and just give love, guys. Give love. If they come in with walls up, be like, I understand you got walls. It's okay. I've been there too. It took me a lot to bring these walls down, and I'll energetically be over here supporting you, and that's what we do. That's what we are, lovers. Okay. And there's definitely a lot of tower, moments that are coming up for all of us. And that's why it feels so damn uncomfortable. But again, it's all the things that are built on a faulty foundation that are ultimately creating new space for beautiful opportunities in our lives. So quit being resistant to the change. Okay. So what do you want us to know about the Page of Cups, please? So listen, yes, the King of Cups, guys. Okay. Keep that faith that they will ultimately balance out their emotions. They will know what they want, and when they are ready, they will come to you with these messages that they can express their truest self. Okay. And that's why, like, this does not belong with this. And first, we have to change our attitudes towards our divine masculine. I'm guilty of it too. Like, why is this so confusing? It doesn't have to be. Why is this such a struggle? It doesn't have to be. It's our perception that is creating the reality, guys. So we have to be honest with ourselves and really understand that it's how we choose to view the connection and how we're choosing to view our divine counterpart, no matter what side you're on, right? If you choose to look at your divine counterpart in fear, then you are ultimately going to project that, right? So if you want them to come in and express themselves, and listen, you have to be honest. If they were to come in right now with the way that it has been and the way that you are feeling about them, are you ready for it? Would you be ready to be like, yes, let's fully commit. Let's get this thing on board. And, we're going to do this. Are you like fully confident that you can handle what is about to be thrown at you? If not, then that's okay. That's okay, because we all have a lot of work to do, and it's okay to be in separation so that we don't get sucked in to the tailspin of the dark night of the soul on their part and then feel responsible for carrying them through it. They have to know what it is like for these falsehoods to be broken down, and they have to be able to carry themselves out of that darkness, guys. Okay, so let's see what's going on the divine masculine side. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, the Solutions, which is Temperance, and the Peace card. The Eight of Cups is on the bottom. So, they're ultimately going to have to understand that there are certain things that they need to move away from in order to go after what their heart's desire is. Okay, that is ultimately going to lead to the Ten of Cups, which is your connection, right? So first, they have to balance out what their truth actually is. And, if they come through with these messages, it's going to be straight to the point. But first, they have to balance out their thoughts and their emotions in order to know how to come through. And right now, they're just trying to learn patience. Patience is a virtue, right? But they're trying to balance out the energies of what they're actually feeling for you without fear and doubt attached to it. Okay, and that's why they're doing all this work to get to that King of Cups energy, right? So with the Solutions card being here, which is Temperance, this is igniting the flame, right? It's igniting truth and understanding that there has to be a balance between the heart and the mind so that they can listen to their heart and make a clear decision on how they need to move forward, right? How they can listen to their own truth and their own understanding of what they're actually experiencing and be able to let go of these past hurts and these walls that they've built up around them so that they can have more peace in their daily existence without feeling that they're undeserving of this kind of love, or that you're too good for them, or even with the behavior that they have given, like, how can they still love me after everything I've done? And that's why we are what we are to them. We are unconditional love. We are that beacon for hope, because no matter what, and it doesn't matter how pissed off you get with them when they trigger the fuck out of you, because once that dust settles, do we not? But I still love them. We do it every time. You can't tell me we don't. So they're coming to this point where they're realizing, no matter what, they're not giving up on me. And that's ultimately what they want, and they're not used to it. Most of the divine masculines are sticking to people that they're not really too worried about, if they lose them, right? They know they'll eventually get over it. But when it comes to their divine feminine, it's like, if I lose that person, then I'm losing everything. Like, my whole life is going to be turned upside down. So it's easier for me to keep you at bay so that I don't get too attached, because I know in my hearts of heart that I will fall, and I'll fall too hard. and I'm not ready to let myself go there. It's too painful to even think about. Okay. So when it comes to the peace card, they're saying, please, divine masculine, let go of your past, let God into your life, see the signs and synchronicities that we are showing you, and understand that you are so supported, you are so loved, and there is nothing that you can do that is going to make spirit, make God love you any less. Okay. And that the divine feminine should be the ultimate support system for the divine masculine, right? And that's why we're showing up with our angelic selves, showing so much love and support, even when they feel like they don't deserve it. Okay. And knowing that when they let go and let God, that a more enriching future will come. This is what they're going through. Okay. So, all right. So let's pull from the Lover's Oracle. I knew this was going to be a long one. They had a lot to say, but you can tell a huge difference in my energy. Like, they were fucking me up, guys. So I want to start with the divine feminine. Okay, what is in the mind space for the divine feminine? Spirit's about to tell on y'all. All right. Yeah. So be aware of what you are projecting. The qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess equally. So the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. So remember, you are perfect mirrors. Okay. You can't get away from your mirror. So this would be a really great time to start doing mirror work, guys. Okay. If you find yourself projecting your fears onto your divine counterpart, get in the mirror, look at yourself, and say some nice fucking things. I see you, divine feminine, and I fucking love you. You are amazing. You are beautiful. You are worthy. You're capable. You're successful. There's nothing you can't do. You know what I'm saying? Like, get in the mirror and feel yourself, right? Quit beating yourself up, quit doubting yourself, and say whatever you have to say. Start writing a whole list of affirmations, even if you don't know some good ones, that whole, I love you, put your hand on your heart, speak it to your soul. But if you can look in the mirror and really look at yourself and say, I am willing to look you in the eye and say, you are such a beautiful, amazing, and divine being. There is nothing that I would not do for you, right? When you can look at yourself in the eye and say that to yourself without cringing or crying, then you are doing good, okay? So that will ultimately help you in your projection upon your divine counterpart. Start doing the mirror work, guys. If you do not know anything, then look up a list of affirmations, because they got them all over Pinterest and Google and all kinds of shit that you can say for self-love. You know what I'm saying? And get in the mirror every morning and say a bunch of beautiful, beautiful divine things to yourself. Okay? So deep in your heart, you already know what the answer is. Do what feels right. Love and nurture on yourself. Okay. So yes. And maybe in your mind, you have been like, and I know I can already feel it, guilty as fuck, right? Your mind and your heart are like on two different battlefields right now. And they're like clashing of the titans here. Okay. So be aware of what your mind's fears are projecting onto your relationship, your connection, okay? And your mind is already telling you, quit listening to me and do what your heart is telling you, which is doing what feels right. If it feels wrong and it's causing a bunch of chaos, you trying to hold on to this connection and doing whatever you're doing for this connection, then you need to take a step back, okay? If you feel you need to hold on, but it's whatever is going on up here that is creating chaos, where you need to recenter with your heart space. And your mind's already telling you that, right? So do it. Do it. What is going on in the heart space for the divine feminine? What does the Divine Feminine's heart space want to say? Forgiveness. Forgiveness. I forgive you. And regardless, and this is what I was saying, regardless of what happens in the connection, no matter how much they piss you off, your heart will never, ever give up on them. And you know that. You know that. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. So if you don't like what you're feeling right now, then you better switch it around and start doing things that feel good to you. If you got to go for a walk, if you got to go meditate beneath a tree, if you got to go stargaze, hang out with your friends that are supportive and inspiring and understanding and all that beautiful shit, find some beautiful friends. Okay? Even if you don't have any in the physical reality, you got friends online, and I know you do because we got an amazing tribe going. So reach out for support, guys. You are not alone in this. But if you are focused too much on past events, this is what your heart is telling you. You need to forgive. And this is why there are these blockages with the separation, because your heart knows that there are things that need to be addressed and healed. Okay? The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. And it's because your gifts are skyrocketing. You're opening yourself up to new possibilities through opening up your abilities and trusting in yourself. And it's all about doing this releasing work. Okay? And a lot has been coming up about regression and, you know, like doing the past life stuff, the things from your childhood that you're not aware of, things that are blocking you. Like, this is why I do what I do, guys. If you need help and you don't know how to do it on your own, and I see 11-11, 11-11, guys, you know, like, they're telling you, in order to bring this union in, you have to do the deep core work. It's not just about saying positive affirmations and having, like a good belief system. You have to be doing the inner work. You have to be able to look at yourself on a deeper level and say, these belief systems, these patterns, coping mechanisms, they're not working anymore, guys. If it's not working, then you got to change it up. And that's okay. It's perfectly fine. You have the support system here. Lean on us. Okay? Listen, you just need a little bit of tough love. Okay? So let's see what the mind space is going on the Divine Masculine side. What is the mind space happening on the Divine Masculine side? Oh, shit. All right. Do we want to take all these? All right. So let's see. How do we want to lay these out? Okay. All right. First one. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. So this is their understanding. Okay, their mind, right? Their mind is already working out that there are higher things unfolding here, right? That yes, this separation is very uncomfortable, and they know that ultimately that with the signs and synchronicities and the things that they're experiencing is there's going to be some breakthrough here, right? So when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. And I feel like they're really thinking about like the things that they experienced with you in the past. And that's probably why they keep kind of going back and forth with their energy right now. But they're thinking about you a lot, Divine Feminine. And and they're kind of like reminiscing about, well, how could we experience something so strong and so profound, but yet there's so much turmoil around this. And it's because all of your inner demons are being brought to the surface for healing, right? So for healing, for healing. Okay? Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed at this moment. So listen, guys, even in their mind space, they're working on healing this connection too, but in their own terms. It might not look the way that you thought it would look, or the way that you want it to look, but they are healing and processing this in their own way. Okay? And they know that they have to be patient. If they try too hard, it is not going to unfold naturally. So they know that they have to take their time in order to bring this into sexual union. You're already in soul union. When you met them, your souls were ignited, right? So now it's about bringing it more into a physical form. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. So everything that they're going through is ultimately leading up to this physical union between you, where both of your souls can not only be activated, but be one. And that is what the ultimate goal is here. And the fact that this is on their mind is like huge. So again, they might not be telling you this, but this is what is coming out, okay? Because a new beginning is on the horizon. There is a lot of healing. There is a lot of purity that is taking place here, okay? A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. They are trying to figure out how to come to you, Divine Feminine. They are trying to figure out their own way of how to show up in your life and start this new chapter with you, regardless of what that looks like. But they know that it has to do something with the physical form, okay? But they know that at this time, the Divine Feminine needs this space, and they are taking that step back so that they are not placing too much focus, that either one of you are placing too much focus on one or the other. And this is what I was talking about earlier, that codependency, where you feel responsible for their healing or they feel responsible for yours. It is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone instead of placing your focus on another. Now is the time to give to yourself. So they want you to love and nurture on yourself so that you can have all the confidence in the world, so that you can see what they see, right? Their mind already knows. Their heart does too. I can't wait to see what the heart space says. But they know that they have to take this time from you so that you can do the necessary rebirth that is needed for this to come into physical union, okay? What is on the heart space for the Divine Masculine? Okay. Freedom. I was talking about this earlier, okay? Freedom. In their heart space, they see you. Ooh, Lord. Okay. They see you as such a divine being, Divine Feminine. And they know, honestly, I almost feel like they have a hard time truly processing like your strength, your grace that you're showing the world, going through the changes that you're going through, the way that your life is unfolding and the way that you're blossoming, right? They see you. Whether you realize it or not, okay? You were free to express, and you're coming to this point where I almost feel like there's a little bit of envy here, where they wish that they could express themselves and be free the way that you are, the way that you're really, the way you show up to them, the way that they see you. They think that you're unstoppable, okay? And they know that the moment that you truly, like anything that you feel is blocking you, the moment that you get out of your own way, you're unstoppable and you can amount to anything that you put your heart to. And they want to see you do it. They want to see you succeed. And this is why they're taking a step back, because they see what you don't. Okay? Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow and you will be surprised where it leads. So listen, their heart space is their heart space is on the verge of like, and I feel like this is where that balance is going to start taking place with the temperance of finding the balance between the heart and the mind. Okay. They don't want you to resist the change and hold on to them. Therefore, you miss out on opportunities in order to better your life. Okay. And, we're Michelle, admin, thank you. Take it away. But this is about, understanding. And this is why they're not like trying too hard, and they're willing to take that time so that this can that your transformation and their transformation can unfold more naturally, because they are really excited to see where this journey leads both of you. Okay. And they know that when like their heart is noticing the difference when they're listening to, they know that they're starting to realize that the unnecessary stress is coming from resistance. So when they go against their nature, like when they're going against what their heart is telling them to, they're feeling a lot of anxiety, and you are too. Again, y'all are perfect mirrors, okay? So know that like this is all about trusting and flowing with the energy that needs to just move forward, because again, freedom, this is all about both of your freedom and your heart's desire. Okay. So imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. So listen, guys, this is how they're seeing you. Okay. This is all about you. Their heart space is focused on you. Okay. There's not much about the divine masculine here. Do you see it? Okay. This is about unleashing your truth. And they don't want you to worry. They want you to love and nurture on yourself. And any doubts or fears that you have about where their heart is for you, they want you to transmute that back into love so that you can open up new opportunities for this connection. Surrender, okay? They want you to put all the missing pieces back together. At times, we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. It's releasing the attachment to the outcome. It's releasing what it should look like, when it should happen, and all that shit in between. This is about really understanding yourself on a deeper level and patching yourself back together so that you can love every fucking inch of yourself. Okay? Every inch of yourself. I actually got this message before from his higher self. It's like, I cannot wait to explore every inch of you. You need to be comfortable with every inch of your body the way that he treasures every inch of your body, right? Let go and all will work out. Do not make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only being true to yourself that you can be true to others. This is his lesson. This is the only message for the divine masculine from the divine masculine's heart space. His heart space is mainly focused on you. Okay? He's understanding that he doesn't want to make any decisions based on what he feels or is being guilted into doing. Right? So this is about trusting in himself and learning how to be the truest form of his self so that he can show up for you the way that he really wants to, and that you deserve. Okay, so I hope these messages resonate with you guys. That was a long one, but I'm telling you, listen, they would not leave me alone, and I'm so glad I did this because I feel 1,000 times better. So, with that being said, I hope these messages help you. And if you need any support, guidance, private readings, all that fun stuff, you can email me at whispersofgrace1016@gmail.com. But remember, these are general readings, so it's not going to apply for everyone. But if it does resonate with you, any of it, and you would like to support the channel, make sure to give this a thumbs up, share with your friends, drop me a comment, let me know how it resonates with you. And if anyone would like to support the channel to keep these videos going, there is a donation link down below. So I love you guys. I hope that y'all have a wonderful evening, and please take care of yourselves. Remember, Divine Feminine, to take care of your energy levels. Be careful of who you are hanging around, and listen, please take these messages into consideration and do what is necessary for you to just find peace in your life. Okay? So I love you. I support y'all. Y'all are amazing. Keep up the good work. And I will talk to all of you soon. All right. Bye, guys.